Hey, Bush Camping Tools here. Well, I want to revisit this knife. This is my Kizlyar Supreme Survivalist X. Now, this is a hollow handle knife. I'm not usually into hollow handle knives, but I'm going to tell you briefly again why this is a really super tough hollow handle knife. And that is because, first of all, the tang comes up to here, right? It's not just down here, it comes right up into here. This is a milled solid chunk of aircraft grade alloy, so it's been milled out. This other part here is solid in there, of course, because if it wasn't solid, if it was all hollow down to there, it'd be really weak. Let's have a look at it right here on this bit of tough eucalyptus. So this is a tough bit of eucalyptus, fallen wood. It's really hard stuff. Going to chop off this broken bit here. Now, for those that didn't see this before with this knife, there's no problems. The handle never came loose whatsoever. I've been belting into wood like this for years with this thing. Since I've had it, you can lever on it. This is really tough stuff. To be watching it here because it's going to go through any second. There you go. Chopped off the end there. Hold on. And the other part about this knife is this. You've got this back part here, which you can hack into things. This is not through far enough, but let me just take that off. There you go. And with this, that's pretty hard wood. You can nick that off, but that's solid wood there. All right, let's move on. So we're going to take off this here. Let's see if we can break that off. And we're just going to cut this straight through the knot. Straight through the knot. Super hard eucalyptus. It's D2 tool steel. We'll just, should have taken my watch off for this. Okay, so this is a good shape here, like that. So we're going to cut it about here, I'd say. D2 tool steel. Handle's just a round profile handle, comfortable enough, no gloves. Cut. This is a real test for any knife, of course. Something so hard as this super hard wood. And for those that think the hollow handle knives are not much chop, this is a lot of chop. Just letting the knife do the work itself. It's weighty enough for that. Oops, should have on eye protection here, to be honest. Idea is just to weaken this if we can and then snap it without going too crazy with it. We'll look at the sharpness of the knife in a second. Now, I'm not chopping it on the ground per se at the moment because there's a lot of stones around under all this bark. Might be able to snap that in a sec. Let's have a look at it. It should be weak enough to snap. Hold on, let me put away the knife. Good scabbard, solid plastic insert in here, comes out with this here so it can be cleaned. Yeah, the original test I think with this knife they did by bashing into the bonnet of a car and smashing it around. Oh, got an ant in there, have I? No. No. Okay, let's see if we can break this. Yep, okay. So there's a really good, you know, stick for use for all sorts of things, belting down on things, smacking fish, all sorts of stuff. Knockout fish, maybe a bit too hefty for the fish, but that's, listen to this. That's really super hard eucalyptus Aussie wood. Yeah, let's move on. I'm going to make a digging stick with this because this is kind of like the right, you know, ergonomics like this. So we're going to dig in there. So that means I need a flat surface on this side here. We're going to carve a flat surface onto that. I'm going to do it over this bit of log here so we don't go into the ground. I'm going to let the weight of the knife do the work for me. And because it's so hard, this stuff will really resist cut it a bit steeper. This will resist damage in the ground. The ground is volcanic earth, so it's not super stony. There's a lot of big stones around, but the earth itself is not super stony. So we've got that nice surface on there. Look at that, super hard. Can't even put a fingernail mark in it. And we're going to do the opposite here on this side. I want to go into the ground. So that's, you know, pretty much a good wedge on that. Let's go a bit steeper. Yeah, there we go. So you see that there? So this is really good. We can hold this like this and, you know, push-pull like this and use that to dig with. And that's a pretty good digging stick, and that's got plenty of meat on it, so we can carve into that over the weeks, months, and not going to lose it. Now let's have a look at this knife. Let's see this. Hold on. Deadly sharp, unbelievable. Look, let's just do the thumbnail rest test up here. There it is there. I'll just see the angle of the thumb. Hold the camera up, cameraman, so you can see that. Yep. Needs a little touch up at the end maybe, just there. It's still good there. Yep. And back in here where you want it to be super sharp. We weren't using this part before, but you know, that's where you want it to be super sharp for cutting cords like this. Alright. So yeah. It's still pretty sharp. That's for sure. Let's just look at it here for a sec, just on some bark. Yeah, look at that. Bites into that, no problems. No problems. We'll leave that bark on though. Although it looks pretty good with the bark off, doesn't it? Nice bit of wood there. Polish that up, just for the heck of it. Okay, but that wouldn't be practical. Alright, let's move on. Kizlyar Supreme Survivalist X hollow handle version. I've also got the full tang version, and I'll put a link to that in the video description as well. Alright, thanks for watching Bush Camping Tools here. So how was this? This is deadly sharp still. This D2, the heat treatment these guys do, is absolutely superb. I mean, I've only ever been actually working with this knife on hardwoods like this, and it just really holds an edge. I mean, I don't even think I've ever touched it up in all the time I've been using it on the farm here. It's really, yeah, it's just a top dollar edge. But anyway, yeah, that's a hollow handle knife for you. As I said, I put a mark on there so you can see that. So the tang of the knife, which is about a bit over 1 centimeter wide, it's almost the width of this actually, comes right up to here. And this has been milled. This is hollow here, so there's a capsule in there. But this was one solid chunk of structural aluminium on there, like aircraft grade alloy. So it's, you know, not going to be bending on you. And I think it's a really good design for a hollow handle knife if you like hollow handle knives. Alright, yeah, just revisiting. If you want to see the original review on this, I'll put the link up in the description. But yeah, just revisiting again after all these years. Thanks for watching Bush Camping Tools here.